Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
Well, thanks for still listening. We haven't had an episode since what, Wednesday?
Yeah,
it's
been a bad week. It's been a bad week, guys.
It's been, a
good week, but a bad week as far as us doing our due diligence. We have not
just been busy, yo.
No, so we got the whole gang here for this episode.
Yeah. Hello.
So
Hi.
Sausha and Nick here.
First time we've appeared together.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
You guys get way too excited to be on here. Like, this isn't a big deal at all. Like, this, you guys need to, like, up your standards.
Who said I was excited?
I don't know.
You feel obligated.
excited.
Wait, now I feel bad.
I think they feel obligated.
Right.
I always, these are always super fun and we laugh the whole time. So it's a good way to start the day. Like,
Yes.
honestly, if I'm not being a jerk.
It's like, yeah, this is true. It's true. So anyway, yeah, so Nick has now kind of named himself as the fact checker for
That
the
was
show.
your job. How do you feel like giving up those
Okay.
reins? That used to be
Okay.
your job.
Well, because-
you were the fact Google everything. Every time when we were on the radio, every time
God.
I would start a sentence, her hands would instantly go on home row, like instantly. And so now that's your gig.
I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got to
Home row
watch
right
him.
now.
Because he bends the truth. He can stretch just every once in a while.
Yeah.
You just got to kind of watch him. But
Yeah.
he says he does it in the name of entertainment. But that's
No,
the
it's
bigger-
like on Jurassic Park. Like my DNA is my story, and I just fill it in with frog DNA. So it's kind of the same. It's kind of the truth.
So does that make sense? That's pretty
Close
good, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. Close
Yeah.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a couple Facebook notes for today. First off, I reposted something my mother posted, of all people.
Did you ever
right?
think you would say that sentence?
Nope, I sure didn't. And as it turns out, it's now like the most favorite post I've ever posted in my entire life.
Wow. Good job, Judy.
Yeah. So mom posted. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where is it at? I haven't posted that much, have I? Oh, God, I have so. Anyway, it just says it's just a stupid little card, right? It just says nothing like a little tomato soup to soothe the soul, even if it's cold over ice with a celery stalk and vodka.
Yeah, that's totally a mom post too,
Right?
there.
And
sure.
it's just like blown up. I'm like,
Is this Sunday morning?
Right.
This
Is
was-
it? Is this Sunday
was
morning?
it? It was 5 days ago.
Yeah.
I reposted it 5 days ago. So she posted on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Getting a little buzz on.
Perfect day for a Bloody
yeah,
Mary.
Yeah, which is every day.
I
Yeah.
was like, okie dokie. So now the next one is, we love doing these every once in a while. Take a little test and see how in tune you are with this test. It's an 80s test.
Okay.
So,
Were
and I
you
know
even born in the 80s, Nick?
I was
No.
minus 5 years old.
That's what I thought. And I was doing the math as we were coming
Like,
on. I'm like, wait a minute.
what?
90s babies are like 30 now.
Isn't that gross?
Yeah, it is
Whoa.
gross.
It's so gross.
I'm going to be 37 this year
I
and I
know.
hate it.
I was talking to somebody yesterday where they're like, oh my gosh, I graduated college in I think 2011. That's like 10 years ago.
Get
They
the
said, I'm like,
hell
you've got to
out
be
of here.
kidding me.
Cool.
We
My
are.
30-year high school reunion is
Yeah.
happening soon. I'm just kidding.
Right.
20.
20.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one of my reunions.
Neither have I. I hate those
92,
people.
2002, 2020, 12, whatever.
So 20.
So my 30's coming up in 22
next year.
Holy balls.
Wait, where's that
Are they
COVID
fun?
20 going?
the code?
Are you gonna go? Are you gonna lose the 20 or?
Well, there's a better chance of me going than losing the 20. We'll just put it that way. I'm trying.
How are our like high school class reunions? Are they fun?
I don't know. I've never been
Never
to one.
been to
no,
one.
No
I
one
went to
here's been
one.
one. Okay, was it
And,
fun,
and it was
Jill?
the 5 years, so it wasn't really even a
Okay.
reunion because we all knew each other pretty
Right.
well.
Right.
It wasn't like we missed each other at that point.
I don't talk to a single person I went to high school with.
Isn't
Yeah,
it crazy?
that is
Yeah.
crazy. I do occasionally on Facebook, but like messages.
Like,
a
oh,
little
you're
bit,
doing that now? Cool.
I do on I do on
neat.
Facebook, but I guess my parents still live in my hometown, right? So they
Yeah.
still see all the same people. I just don't. Yeah, I see them on Facebook. If it wasn't
Yeah.
for Facebook, I wouldn't know what anybody's doing.
But yeah, me too.
At all. But then there's some people that aren't on Facebook and nobody knows where they are.
Yeah.
It's like,
Do you still exist?
it's like, do you
Yeah.
remember so and so? Oh my God, where is he? I don't know. He moved away and nobody saw him since. So okay, so these are some things that if you were familiar with from the 80s, or if you're an 80s like teenager,
Okay.
you probably grew up doing these things. Okay, that's basically or most of them. You're familiar with the drive-in movie or going to one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do
you know what those are?
I have been to one. It's an experience, though. It seems like it could come back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, and it kind of
Especially
did
now.
in COVID
I
a little
think
bit.
that the pandemic helped with that. We went to like our favorite taco place in Millard, and they had one in their like parking lot.
A movie theater thingy?
Yeah, drive-in.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
They brought
That's a
out
great
like
idea.
margaritas and tacos to you.
Is that
That's
Lena's?
a great idea.
Lena's.
Lena's is
slaps.
bomb.
Yeah.
Lena slaps.
Corner kick.
Ooh, Corner Kick.
Yeah.
We've always
Love
every time
that
we go by,
place.
they're like, "Hey, we got to go to Corner Kick." And we haven't gone to Corner Kick.
I love that
Yeah,
place.
need
Yeah.
to pull in. All right, you had candy cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have not lived unless you sat in the back of a station wagon smoking
Yeah.
and blowing candy smoke out the window. Like
I
how
think I'm done with
trashy.
this one. Chomp, chomp.
Right?
Yeah.
Thinking back, and you're
And
as parents, you're driving around with your kids pulling heaters in the back seat.
And they tasted like Pepto.
Right? Yeah, they did. They were like medicine.
Yes.
I get. It probably was just Tums.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, it had to be the cigarette companies that came out with those.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Feeder candy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Played Red Rover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Red Rover.
That's a good
Send
one.
Jill right over.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I did. Drank from the garden hose.
Yep.
Still.
Have you
That's like
noticed?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like garden hoses now? They literally have warnings on them if they're safe or not for drinking from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all that.
I would never- I'd
Whatever
just
was in
pull
there,
it.
that nickel or whatever,
Yeah.
tasted amazing.
It is. It's what
God
it was
knows
an
water was the
additive.
best.
Right?
Yeah.
God, it was the best.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Did you ever get like super thirsty, turn on the hose, and boiling water comes out and spurts you? Because it's just 1,000.
Because the hose was sitting
Yeah.
in the bright
Just-
sun.
But that's how you know it was really clean.
That's right. Yeah. right.
Boiled
It was
it
super
before.
hot.
8 bread and sugar sandwiches.
Oh,
I
Bread
saw.
and sugar?
I saw something about that yesterday.
I posted that.
Yeah, was that you? And I saw the comments. I've never. It sounds delicious, but I've never had a bread
just
and sugar
sugar
sandwich.
though.
It's sugar and butter.
But we like made a little container of sugar and cinnamon.
I had cinnamon toast.
Then you
Ooh,
put the
brilliant.
butter on, and you just sprinkle it on.
Cinnamon toast is great.
cinnamon toast.
This is the first one I've no clue. This is a foreign concept.
What?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Is it
We're
good?
missing out. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the cereal, was made because people made cinnamon toast.
Yes. Have you ever had cinnamon toast?
Oh, well, cinnamon toast, but like
Have you
in a
had rum
sandwich
chata?
format?
Tastes the same.
Tastes exactly the same.
The way it was described, Melissa, hilarious, went into great detail describing how to make the perfect sugar bread. And she said best with Wonder Bread, put a bunch of butter on it, cover it with sugar, and then put the other piece and then smash it to oblivion. So it's, you know how Wonder
like
Bread
super-
smashes up into a little ball. And there you go.
Yeah.
Just like
that
that.
does sound good. Did you, speaking of weird foods, quickly, did you,
Yeah.
Joseph Benavidez posted his hot dog, his banana hot dog picture the other
What?
day?
It
Yeah.
destroyed the internet.
It's a banana hot dog.
Just a hot dog bun with a banana and peanut butter on it. It's brilliant. And I
It
had
is.
those when I was growing up, and I thought I
That's
was the
banana
only one.
peanut butter sandwiches.
Right, but it's in a bun with a hot dog, and he called
a
it a
hot-
banana hot dog.
Because it's in a hot dog bun.
Hot
It's
dog
an extra
bun.
piece of bread.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
brilliant.
same thing.
It's exactly
and
the same
it's
thing.
easier to consume because
Yeah.
it's a
You don't have to-
tubular object.
People were
Right?
freaking out about
You
it.
don't have
and it
to
was like,
cut up
this
the
is-
banana.
No, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
doing that from now on.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, actually. That's a real good idea. All right, next one. Said the Pledge of Allegiance in class.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder, do they still do that? You have kids in high school, Pat.
I don't think they,
They do not.
Interesting.
Nope.
I think.
That's how you started every day.
Every day.
Yeah,
you
same
did
here.
Stand up,
anything,
yep.
Everybody stand
Same
up.
here.
Was it just in grade school and
Yeah, we didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think we did it in. We might have done it in junior high,
Junior
but
high.
not
I
high
think
school.
we did
Yeah.
in middle school until South Dakota's 6th to 8th grade in middle school, and we did it up until 7th grade, and I think then they were like, no, we can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
We don't do it anymore then.
My brother has a friend who, so my brother's like 22, and his friend grew up in California, and we were at like an event where it started by the by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and it was the first time she had ever done it. Growing up, like she went to a private school in
Oh, wow.
California and had never stood, like didn't know.
what
Foreign
is this?
concept. to
That's
her, yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
like singing hymns in church. You're like, what are the words to this?
Yeah,
What
yes,
are we doing?
yeah,
What are
yeah.
we doing? Oh my God. I didn't know there was a test, right? Watched American Bandstand.
No.
I never did that.
I did.
What's Bandstand?
Bandstand. Dick Clark Productions still exists.
Okay, like the Rock and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And they used to have a show on Saturdays, and they would highlight new music, like Madonna was on there, Michael Jackson was on there when they were brand new, and they would have them come in and play a song, and then they also would play music, and they'd rate the music danceability and beat, right? and then you have dancers that were hired or allowed to come on. They had to audition, and so you'd always have kids dancing. So they were like high schoolers, college that were dancing. So you're seeing the latest dances.
Yeah.
Also. So
We
the
call that
latest
TikTok
fashion.
now.
And,
Right,
and-
yeah,
right?
it is.
Exactly.
It is
And it was the
TikTok.
latest fashion and the newest dances with the latest music, and then they would rate the music, and then
That just goes to show you that everything, like nothing is original.
right?
Yeah.
Like what is old is new
yeah,
again.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all recycled.
Yeah.
And so it was like MTV, like
It
peak
was,
MTV
it was like
before MTV.
Yeah, it was on Saturday morning, and I don't know when it started. I think it started in the 50s.
It's been,
And
a
it
long
went to
time.
the 80s. I know it did go into
Did
the
it?
80s. But yeah, it was on Saturday mornings. And that's about the time I imagine maybe when, but then again, because Dick Clark, Casey Kasem, Wolfman Jack, who else would be a big music person that 70s, 80s? Those were like the big names everybody knew. But about the time MTV started, I think I don't know how late Bandstand went. You might look up American Bandstand and see when it ran.
Home row that stuff, man.
Get that right now. While you're doing that, I'll go on to the next one. Well, I'll wait for you. Go ahead.
89.
So it did last through the 80s.
Yeah.
So it was just something wasn't on our radar.
No.
If you got past it. But then you had MTV.
Which started in what, 85?
82, 81 or 82, I think.
I didn't have cable, so I didn't watch MTV.
I remember when cable came to town. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
81.
81.
Yeah, MTV.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't have cable then, but I know it was coming. We were excited finally. They got to Ashland. Yes. Had a blood brother or blood sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
No.
It's a really good band. No,
Is that like you like the blood?
Yes.
Like,
you like
it's
rub
a
your whole
finger prick, not like
Okay.
slitting your
Yeah.
wrist.
Right. That was an aggressive demonstration.
like the Hangover when he like cuts himself at the toast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Exactly. Used a paint by number kit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, like in the
Right.
last year.
Right.
Yeah,
I like the marker ones.
Yes, I know. Do you outline the little square and then fill it in, or do you fill it in?
I do like to do that, but also if I'm angry, I'll because you can't
outside the
it
lines
doesn't go
and-
outside the lines.
It
It's
doesn't.
that marker. It just shows up in the
that one.
space.
It only shows
Oh.
where it's supposed
You can
to.
just
that's
aggressively.
cheating.
That's cheating.
Because all you have to do is just back and forth, and it just looks like a nice errand.
It's better than punching someone.
Yeah,
in the
that's true.
face.
No, that's true. That's very true.
Aggressively
So you
paint
paint
by
by number?
No, I bought one recently. I bought a super complicated one. I told myself I was getting into painting, like a productive hobby.
How's that going?
For about like 2 weeks, I was going after it. The thing is, I started on like expert mode, and it was a super complicated paint by number.
Yeah.
And I have not touched it in a couple of weeks, but hopefully, I will update you all once it's finished.
Please, I can't wait to
let
see
us
the fun.
know.
I have a couple. It took like 6 months to get here when COVID started, and it came from China.
Yeah.
And finally the boat docked, and I finally got it, and by
Yeah.
then it had worn off. And so I didn't
You're
care.
like, I don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't
wanna do
into
this
it.
now.
I wanted it, right? And then when I wanted it, the funny part, I went to a couple of like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever, and they were all gone.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Everybody was buying those.
Because
You-
everyone's bored.
Bored out of their minds.
Sitting at home, you're like, I need something to do. So I still have them, but I did lay them out on the table and put stuff on them to get them to go flat. So they're flat. They're on my desk, just sitting there at home.
They're
and
fun.
I may still go back and grab them. Rode in the back of a pickup truck.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
For sure did that. Yeah,
For sure did
Yeah.
that. Collected S&H green stamps.
What the hell
yeah.
is that?
It's a long. I don't remember collecting them. My grandma did. We talked about this
Grandma
like
did.
5 episodes
We
ago. Yeah.
did. We did. Yeah. Grandma collected them.
It was like the Hy-Vee rewards app you have now, but it was an actual book, and you got stamps from the grocery store and filled out pages,
Oh.
and then got discounts or
yeah.
tickets
And you
or
go to the
whatever.
S&H store and you could turn them in for it was almost like going to what's the name of the gaming place Buster's.
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's, because you get tickets and then you go turn them in for something.
Yeah.
It was the grandma version of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Drank Tang.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, drank Tang,
Tang.
definitely.
What
No,
did it look
what's
like
Tang?
back in the day? Oh my gosh.
Don't say that on Clay Anderson, because Tang was born out of out of NASA.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
really?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
astronauts used to drink.
It's-
Now just fat
so,
kids
like-
in rural areas drink it.
Well, and I don't know what it looked like originally, but now it comes in that like plastic container with the screw top. You just-
With the measuring thing to fill
Yeah.
it. That's super helpful.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Pour
Good
water
deal.
in the container.
Right?
It's just syrup, Tang
Come on.
syrup.
Oh my God. Played tetherball.
Yes.
I love tetherball.
Oh,
So did I.
yes, I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Shopped at the Five and Dime or Ben Franklin's.
I never, not either one of those specific.
We had a Ben Franklin's in Ashland.
Yeah, I never
The
did.
dime store is what they called it. Just called the dime
Now
store.
it's Dollar General.
Yeah.
Now you have the dollar store, right?
Yeah.
It was the dime store growing up.
Yeah.
See, there you go. There it is.
Yeah.
Made Jiffy popcorn.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
I
Is
really
that the
like.
over the like stove
Yeah.
Yeah.
top? Okay.
Have you
yeah,
ever seen
yeah.
Scream? I think it got popular again after that.
Yeah,
movie.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I bet so. Read Highlights magazine as a kid.
All the time.
Yeah.
I miss
Dude,
that.
couldn't you?
Nope.
Wasn't that like the Pizza Hut rewards, like book it? Like
Yes.
you could get Highlight magazine
Yes.
Yes.
for reading so many books.
Yep.
What was
Yeah.
in highlight?
just fun
Bunch
stuff.
of crap.
There was always like this
It was.
hidden
It was just
objects,
random
like
Hidden objects.
like there was like a tree or whatever, and they'd hide
Yeah.
like toasters and
Yeah.
stuff in this tree. And you have to find these hidden objects.
Like Where's Waldo type of.
Yeah, yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And there were also the ones, what were they called? And you had the pen, and it would write. It was invisible ink
Oh yeah.
to find the answers to things.
Fidgets or
Yeah.
what?
I do not think that's what it's called.
What were those called?
I don't remember what those called. I remember getting them like if we were driving a distance.
Picture pages? Was it picture
That
pages?
sounds right.
Picture
Sounds
pages, picture
better.
pages, picture
Oh my
pages.
god! You know what that made me think of? Light bright, making
Yeah.
things
Oh
light.
man, I loved my light.
Light bright.
Have you had one? Have you seen a light bright lately?
No.
They're so cheap, and they're just
Is
all
it
plastic
the
and a
same
little
plastic
thing.
little peg.
It is,
Yeah.
but they don't fit like in the hole. Like it's just if you move it, half your fire truck falls out. Like it's just not good.
You ever seen Light Bright?
No.
Google that.
You probably
I was
seen it.
obsessed with my light.
They're
bright
so
when I was
fun.
a
I loved
kid.
it. Absolutely
It was
loved
like
it.
it was my night light.
Right? And it's like I need more black paper.
Did you ever have? What was that little?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen these where you put the peg in the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Did you guys
yes.
have one of those spiralizer things?
Yes.
Spirograph?
Like that big one?
Spirograph.
And you I loved that thing.
Did you? What
too.
about what was that little oven that my first
Dawn
oven, my
Bright.
first stove?
First
Yeah.
and
Not light bright. Was that a little my first stove called or oven?
When you Google like.
Easy Bake.
Easy Bake oven?
That was literally just a light bulb.
It
It was like a light bulb, and you
It
just
was
put
a
the stuff.
Scentsy that made food.
Yeah, yes, right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's like exactly what I have in my office with like Hawaiian stuff in
Yeah.
it to make it smell good.
Except you made like
Yeah.
blueberry muffins.
Put cookie dough in there.
brownies.
2 days later, it'll be a half-ass cookie.
crazy.
When you Google light bright, one of the pictures is someone making an inappropriate image with the light bright.
Oh, yeah, that's
definitely
that's a good one. Yeah.
Fine. Just
Dong bright.
fine. Wow. All right, moving on. Wore hand sewn clothes.
Yes,
I did. Yeah.
My grandma. My grandma has a whole entire box still of
Yeah.
all of the crap she made me.
Isn't it
Like, why did you
incredible
guys
what they
put
could
me
do?
in this?
my mom
Some of it was cute,
made
but-
all of my dad's shirts because
Yeah.
he liked a specific style and he didn't like long sleeves. He liked short sleeves. It was just like that. So she
That's
made all the
come
shirts.
back now. Like a lot of people are trying to learn how
COVID.
to sew. Yeah.
Right?
So does if you use a machine, does that still count as?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
My mom actually still sews. She was
Yeah.
a home ec teacher, so like
Yeah.
taught sewing.
Yeah.
And,
That's
like,
a super
huge, yeah.
impressive skill to me that you
It
can
is.
make clothing.
Yeah.
yeah, or
very-
going to the store to get patterns.
Oh yeah.
I remember that and picking out, the style that you wanted or looking through the magazine to find something that you wanted them to make you.
Yeah.
I remember that one as a kid. Yes. Ate veggies straight from the garden.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Made a cootie catcher.
What?
Cootie catcher.
I feel like I don't want to Google that one.
Actually, it's safe.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead and do it.
Cooties is what you get from the opposite sex.
Yeah,
Boys have
yeah.
cooties,
Yeah, yeah,
girls
yeah.
have
Right?
cooties.
And what would catch cooties?
But a cootie catcher
Is that one
it
of the
with a T?
paper?
How do you
It's
say
the
Oh.
paper thing.
I didn't know
It's
that was
called
called
cootie.
a cootie catcher.
Everybody knew it.
Make sure you spell that right.
Yeah.
Right?
T-C-O-O-T-I-E?
Yes.
Okay.
It could take you down a dark path.
goodness.
Yeah, I thought that was
the little like.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the
I
little
never
paper
heard that
thing.
called
I didn't
a
know that was
cootie
called
catcher
that.
because there was always
Yeah.
like little things written in there, and it would tell
Yeah.
you who you were going to marry and how many
Yeah.
kids you were going to have and all that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Well, maybe that's what
None
why
of
it
those
was.
were ever accurate.
Not
Now that I
Ever.
look back
They
on it.
never followed through.
Totally lied to us.
Yep.
But I think that might be where the cootie catcher comes in because it was gonna. That's who you're gonna marry.
Right.
That's who you're gonna catch.
Oh.
Right.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's it.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So and then the last one on this is, and I never did this. Put playing cards in your bike spokes.
Yes.
I put baseball cards in my bike.
Well,
Yeah.
that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That counts. I
Or
did
a
not.
can. You could put cans in there.
A
to make
can?
it like brap brap.
How's that? Brap, brap.
Brap brap.
I did not because
I never did that.
I was on gravel and then a highway, and
Oh,
so I
yeah,
did not
no.
get to ride the bike.
Yeah.
Well, they also had those like plastic like things that you could put around the spokes instead of cards. They started selling those.
Oh,
'cause
they
it
did?
made the same kind of sound. Like
Oh,
ding,
the-
ding, 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 ding.
you and your sound effects. Brap, brap, ding, ding.
Did you look okay? So all good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. I know what a cootie catcher is.
That's good.
Sure, that's the last thing on my screen.
nothing else you're
we could
learning.
make one after this.
Do you know how to make one of those?
Well, there's instructions. When you
Please
Google it.
do.
Can you make us a cootie catcher?
Arts and crafts with
What-
Hurrdat Media.
Yeah. what would we put on the cootie catcher? What would be like some of the things?
What we're going to have for lunch? Let's have a food one.
Yeah.
In how
okay.
many minutes are we going to eat and what we're going to eat?
Yeah.
4 minutes and tacos.
Where
You could put Braunschweiger on
do you
there.
have to
Brian
put,
Schwager,
is
yes.
there how many different things do you need? 4? Is it like
Or is it 8? Because each it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
4.
You've got the
like
4
each
flaps,
side.
and then you can pull. You can
Then you
flip up
open
the
'em.
flap, and there's one underneath it. I think.
So let's do like let's
So
put like, for
where
the
you're going
food-
to eat, what you're going to eat.
Let's do the food that nobody want. Like, let's put Braunschweiger. You like stupid sardines.
Yeah.
So let's do
Love
Braunschweiger sardines, like all the foods that were like sketchy, and we'll
Yeah.
have it. It'll say who's going to eat it in how many days, and then they open it up and they find out what they have to try.
Who's going to eat it, what it is, and how many days.
Because there's 4 of us and there's 4.
We'll do that.
cootie
We'll fill in the
frogs.
blanks.
Think of some gross stuff.
Yeah, like
Like sardines?
Sardines, freaking
Really?
disgusting.
They're really
They're so
good.
You like sardines, Nick?
I'm not very picky when it comes to food, so I would eat them. I wouldn't like buy them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I have like
yeah.
6 cans of them in my pantry
So
right
disgusting.
now. Love them.
They're good.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, that was fun.
there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
All right.
So that was our little 80s test. You guys did good.
Well, thank
And,
you.
and you learned some things.
I did. Yes.
What's your big takeaway, Nick? Because you're the youngest.
That it was called a cootie catcher.
Saved it for last.
And that'll be the title of today's podcast. It was
What's
called
the Cootie Catcher?
Thanks, everyone. See you guys.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.